So what we're going to talk about here is transitions. We're going to talk about what to expect at race morning, and this is going to kind of preempt what Greg's going to talk about in a half an hour, a little bit more about the race course, and just kind of how to set the transition area up and how to get from the swim to the bike and the bike to run as smoothly as possible. Okay, so when you come in transition tomorrow, you will pick up your chip, and you will see people with magic markers doing body marking. Okay, so before you're able to bring your bike and all your gear into the transition area where the bike racks are at, there will be people in front of this area doing body marking. Okay, so we're going to put your number, okay, on both sides of your arms. I don't know, they might do your legs tomorrow too. That's up to Greg. And then you get your age on the back of your right calf. This is you'll get a. Well, the reason that helps is because if somebody passes you and you know they're in your age, it gives you a little incentive to try and hang on. He's better than that old country. Why can't I catch that old country? Okay, one of the first things that you'll get tomorrow is your timing chip. Okay, this is a timing chip strap. All right, they'll give you a plastic strap to go with, usually neon color. It's just going to go right around your ankle, okay? Left ankle. I don't think it really makes a difference, but
it'll still work.
Yeah, it does. Somewhere on the left, somewhere on the right.
Okay, and your chip will be facing on the outside, all right? So put that on as soon as you get it, all right? So you don't forget it. That way you're ensured to get your time after your race. Then after you've done that and gotten body marks, okay, you'll enter your transition area. Okay, as you can see here, they've got yellow pieces of paper showing where your number is going to be. All right, so just find your rack, and there's no particular spot. Just try to, if you get here early, you got your choice of where you want to rack. Okay, if you get here a little late, you might have to ask somebody to move their stuff over. All right, you're going to be racked pretty tightly, so don't expect a whole lot of room because you don't want to spend a whole lot of time in transition anyway. Usually, if you do, something bad happens. All right, so there's a couple different ways to rack your bike. You can see I've just used my seat to put it over the rack. You can also use your handlebars. I don't really like this way, but you can do it like that. Doesn't matter if you have aero bars or just a regular road bike. Right. And as you can see, I don't have a whole lot in my transition area. One thing I did forget today, and that I usually remember for races, is just to bring a towel, like a bath towel, and fold it in half. And you put that underneath your shoes and all your gear, and that just kind of marks your area, so nobody else kind of, pushes your stuff over. All right. So that's a.
It's okay to bring a bag. Do you have a bag?
Yeah. Usually a backpack works really well because that way your hands are free to carry, hold on to your bike, your helmet, whatever else you have. Another thing I recommend is that there'll be Bonsai and other people here to help out is to pump your tires up on race morning, okay? Especially if you had it in the garage the night before and it's kind of cool in there, you can lose tire pressure overnight. So Bonsai and a few other folks will be on hand to help pump up tires if you don't have a pump. And you're going to get a few numbers, and Greg is probably going to talk about this as well, all right? So one is your bib number, all right? I have that attached to what's called a race belt. That way, the only time I'm wearing it is on the run. So I don't have it, because otherwise you have to pin it to your jersey, right? For the swim, which doesn't work too well when you're swimming, okay? So the race belt, real cheap, Potomac River Running, Pacers, in Reston, they're going to have it. And you can use the race belt. That way, you can just leave it off until the run, okay? You're going to... What's that?
Could you use like one of those water bottle belts and throw it on there?
Water bottle belt.
You know, the belt that has the water bottles around it?
Fuel belt. Yeah, like a fuel belt? Yeah, yeah, you can use that. Yeah, that works.
Wear our number while we swim?
Your mom.
Not biking.
What about them?
You...
The bike come back.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that next. You're going to get another number, okay? You're probably going to have a sticky back, and that's going to go on your bike. Several good places for that are around your top tube, okay? You can put it on your down tube here, or you can put it on your seat tube, okay? This is a good idea to do this tonight, okay? Do that tonight. The less things that you have to worry about on race morning, the better, okay?
I think I read focus on they want you to put it in the forward part of your stop.
There you go. All right, good. You know everything. Maybe you want to come up.
They sent like 20 emails.
Okay. And then you're going to get another number, a smaller number, okay? It's going to be a sticker. You're going to put that on the front of your helmet, okay? So 3 numbers, helmet, bib number, and one for your bike. All right, do you take care of those tonight? All right. So the way I have everything set up here is if you have aero bars, I've got everything unclasped. So my helmet unbuckled. I have aero bars, so I'm able to set it on there. If you have sunglasses, I like to put that there. If you don't, you can just set it right onto the ground. Okay? So, is anybody wearing a wetsuit tomorrow? Okay, wearing wetsuits. Most of you are not, which is cool. It doesn't matter. If you are, doesn't matter where you're wetsuit or not. As soon as you get out of the water, okay, whether you're here to race or just to finish, you're going to go harder than you expect to go. Even if you tell yourself, I'm just going to hold back, I'm just here to finish. Because of the excitement tomorrow, you're going to go a lot harder than you think. So when you get out of the water, you're going to feel this weird feeling from being horizontal to now vertical, okay? So the blood's going to redistribute itself. You're going to feel your heart rate go up a lot, okay? Don't worry, that happens to everybody, no matter how experienced you are, okay? So don't worry, just, take your time. Your body will adjust to itself getting to your bike. Now, for those of you that are wearing a wetsuit, when you take your cap and goggles off, I like to take it off all in one motion, okay? Then as you unzip, and if you have sleeves, you just leave it inside of the wetsuit, okay? So pull it down. As you're running to the bike, you only have half of the wetsuit on, all right? So it's pulled down here. Then when you get to your bike, if you have a wetsuit, if you don't have to worry about this part. You just chuck your cap and goggles by your stuff and put on your bike stuff and you're ready to go. If you do have a wetsuit, okay, once you get to your bike, you've already got